festival. It's an honour to share it with you, and thank you for having me. So, tonight's session is purely based on Yoga Nidra, which is a meditation, relaxation, and healing practice all rolled into one, if you like. And Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep or the sleep of the yogi. So, the title kind of gives it away that sleep is involved, but it's a conscious form of sleep. So the idea is in the practice, the technique of Yoga Nidra, that um, it's a state of awareness, it's a state of being, but it's also a practice that we go through. So when we talk about Yoga Nidra, you're resting, the body is completely still, there's no movement involved, and you're listening to an outer voice, which is mine, and you'll also be listening to your inner voice as well, which might pop up from time to time. And the idea is that I'll be giving you different activities for your mind to do as you're completely resting the physical body. And so you'll feel like you are kind of resting in this in between place of sleep and wakefulness. So you might have experienced Yoga Nidra before. It might feel quite similar to another experience you've had as to when you're falling asleep. And it's in this place where you can access deep healing. Your brain waves start to really slow down from that doing mode that we're constantly in the daytime as we're planning, scheduling, into a more alpha brainwave state, which is a more dreamlike, more floaty dreamlike state, which is quite a meditative state to be in. And it's here where the healing happens. Yoga Nidra is a beautiful practice to do. As I said, there's no movement, but it can make huge impacts on our emotional and physical well-being. It's really helpful to help with stress. It's really helpful to help with any physical or emotional tension in the body. It can soothe anxiety and calm the nervous system. It can also help with any sleep issues or insomnia. It can also help with our memory as well and the recall of our memory. The list is endless for Yoga Nidra, and it's a beautiful practice to do, especially at this time of the year. And as we're moving into the winter, as nature around us is starting to slow down, we're invited to follow nature's lead and to slow down also. And when we kind of follow the lead of nature, we're living more in harmony with ourselves, and that's where we can support ourselves to not become overburdened or overwhelmed or stressed. When we're allowing ourselves moments to pause and to release and to let go, which is exactly what's happening in nature around us at the moment. We can see the trees are starting to let go of their leaves, and nature's really starting to hunker down, and that's what we're invited to do too. So through this practice of Yoga Nidra tonight, I'm going to be inviting you through the different activities to release and let go of anything that's not serving you anymore, whatever that may be, and to really settle into the body, to come back into the body, to check in with the body to see how you're feeling. And this might be the first time that you've done a practice like this. It might be the first time that you've laid down today. The only time that you might lay down is when you go to sleep at night. And I guess I'm just suggesting that lying down and having a rest in the day is okay. It's all right to do. There's no need for any guilt at all when we need to rest, we need to listen to our body. So for the practice this evening, I will be taking you through kind of a systematic process with the Yoga Nidra. We'll do a little bit of breath work once I've settled you into the practice. We'll then go into a body rotation, which is like a body scan, and you may have done that before in a meditation. And then moving on from the body scan, we'll focus on our breath once more before we come into holding opposites, which might be hot or cold or light or heavy, for example. And then if there's time, we'll do a little visualization. And my plan is that the practice will be around 20 minutes long, approximately. So the invitation is to just settle yourself into a position that's really comfortable, somewhere that you feel you can stay for at least 20 minutes, where the body is fully held. So everywhere from the top of the head down to the feet is being held by the earth beneath, or by your chair or your sofa. If you're choosing to lie down or sit down, just ensuring that everything is held. And often in my practices, because I share online yoga nidras, I like to make this a more of a community-led practice. And if there's anything that you would like support with tonight, if there are any words of reassurance or any words of comfort that you would like to hear in the yoga nidra to support you with anything you're going through at the moment, then please do feel free to pop those into the chat. And it can just be something as simple as deep relaxation, or connection. Anything that comes up for you, you can pop it into the chat, and I will look to include those words in the yoga nidra. Okay, so as they start to come through, there's one comment to let go. That's really timely for this time of the year. That letting go, releasing all that's not serving us anymore. And also, I'm not sure if you're aware, but it's the full moon tonight, the November full moon, which actually happens to be an eclipse as well. And this is really potent time to release and let go anything that's not serving us anymore, but to also invite for there to be space for possibility, space for opportunity as well. And that's how this yoga nidra practice can go. We can use the practice to really benefit ourselves and what's going on for us. So we'll start this practice then, and just welcome you into this space, as long as you have found somewhere that's cozy and quiet for you. And just knowing that you have arrived now, there's nowhere else for you to go and nothing else for you to do. This is the place to be. And this practice of yoga nidra is simply a practice of being here in the moment, of resting here in this space, in this circle of rest. And as you allow yourself to settle into this space, just connecting with that sense of the physical body with the earth beneath. So feeling all those points of contact with the body and the chair where you sit, or the floor where you lie. And just feeling the earth beneath you holding you in this space. So the earth is holding you, and it's as if she's reaching up around you to really support you in this moment. As if she's nourishing you in this moment. Just allowing yourself to really sink back into that support. And as we settle into this practice, just inviting yourself to really let go, to give the body permission to let go, to give the mind permission to let go. And as you settle into this place, just gently becoming aware of your breath. Just allowing your breath to settle yourself more deeply. So it's as if each exhale is allowing the body to sink further into the support of the earth beneath. So each exhale, allowing the body to settle further down into the earth. And then each inhale is inviting that new energy to come into the body. And each exhale is allowing the body to settle further. And just in this place now, just imagining that you are drawing a circle of protection around your body. And that circle of protection can be any color or any material that you would like to envelope your body as a circle of protection, healing protection around the body. And as you lie there in the circle, just feel that healing power of the circle kind of cocoon you in its presence. So you're bathed in this circle of light, maybe, of a colour. Maybe it's the moonlight from the full moon. And just seeing yourself in this circle. And just taking 2 or 3 more breaths in this circle. And if you hear any sounds, just be aware that they're on the circumference of your circle and that you're on the inside, protected and safe. And know that I'll be here holding this space for you. I'll be here holding this space as you move through this journey of Yoga Nidra. I'll always be here. And just inviting for there to be a sense of stillness in the body. Be aware of the space that your body is taking up inside your circle of protection. Feeling that circle is nurturing you as well as protecting you. And as we settle and begin this practice of Yoga Nidra, and the body starts to relax and soften, you can soften the soles of the feet and then the palms of your hands, just relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, inviting the eyes to drop deeper into their sockets. Be aware of the tongue resting in the floor of the mouth. And be aware of the breath breathing the body. So you have soft feet and soft hands and a soft belly, soft breath. And as we move into the next stage of the practice of Yoga Nidra, just know that my voice might feel quite loud and clear at times as you move through the practice, and at other points it might feel as if my voice tails off and goes quiet. Know that that's okay. Know that there'll be points within the practice where you'll feel fully awake and alert, and then there'll be points in the practice where you'll feel as if the body has gone to sleep. Maybe you're hovering in between states. And know that's okay too. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just keep coming back to the sound of my voice when you can. So with your breath now, just allowing the focus to come back to the breath. And the next inhale to travel down to the space of the heart. So that center point in the middle of the breastbone. Just imagining that this space is a vast, expansive space, and that the breath is filling this space full of love and contentment, relaxation. And as you just sit in the space of the heart, just welcoming anything that arises here, a gift of an intention maybe for your practice, an affirmation of how you would like to feel or how you would like to be. Perhaps it's something as simple as I am calm or I am well rested. Just allowing for that intention to be planted into the space of the heart for this practice of Yoga Nidra. And if nothing arises, know that that's okay too. You can simply rest in this space and just enjoy the quiet and the peace and the stillness. We're going to move our awareness around the body now. And I invite you to simply follow my voice. And you can choose your own route if you would like to around the body, or you could simply just land in one place and stay there. You could also follow the same route that I offer you. Again, there's no right or wrong way. This is your practice. So as we move around the body, I just invite you to bring in a sense of softness into that body part. So you're allowing that area to fully soften into the moment. And we're going to start at the space in between the eyebrows. Just allowing that space to soften under the gentle gaze of your awareness. And then moving down to the notch at the base of the throat. And then taking your awareness across to the right shoulder joint. And into the elbow. And the right wrist. And then into the right hand thumb. Awareness into the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. And then back up to the inside right wrist and the elbow and the shoulder. Resting back at the notch at the base of the throat. Moving our awareness across to the left shoulder now. And then into the left elbow and wrist. Into the tip of the left hand thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Little finger. Moving back up to the left wrist, elbow and shoulder. Coming back to rest at the notch at the base of the throat. And then moving down to the center of the chest, the heart space. Across to the left chest. And then the center of the heart space, again, the center of the chest. And then the right chest. Back to the center. Dropping your awareness down to your navel. And the top of the pelvis. Moving across to the right hip. And the right knee. The right ankle. Into the right foot. And the right big toe second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Back up to the right ankle, the right knee, and the right hip. Resting back at the center of the pelvis. And then the left hip, moving across there, down to the left knee, and the left ankle, into the left foot, into the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Back up to the left ankle and the left knee and the left hip. Back to the center of the pelvis, up to the navel, to the center of the breastbone, to the notch at the base of the throat, to the space at the center of the eyebrows, the crown of the head. And then coming back to rest at the space at the center of the eyebrows. So you feel that you're aware of the whole of the body now. The whole of the body. The whole of the body. Just aware of the whole of the body, feeling soft and gentle and relaxed under the gentle gaze of your awareness. Feeling the stillness in the body and allowing that stillness and gentleness to be there. Aware of the body resting. And in this space of quiet and calm, just noticing the gentle movement of the breath. And allowing that breath to be as soft and gentle as it is. In this soft and gentle movement of the breath also comes strength and courage. Each breath in is new life into the body, new energy. And each breath out is a releasing, a letting go. So as you're breathing and focusing on your breath with each inhale, welcoming all that is meaningful in this moment. And then on the exhale, releasing all that no longer serves you down into the ground, into the earth beneath. So inhaling and welcoming all the possibility of opportunity, all that's meaningful. And on the exhale, imagining all that's no longer serving you to be released down into the ground. So it's as if you're releasing all that no longer serves you into the ground where she can hold what feels like too much. She's strong enough to take this from you. You don't need to hold on to it any longer. And just following that formation of the breath, just aware of the inhale, that new energy coming into the body, and aware of the exhale as you let go and release further into the ground. And with that breath practice You might sense that the body is starting to feel light, that the body feels light and weightless in this moment as you focus on the breath. And just allowing the body to feel light and weightless, allowing all the body, the muscles, the bones of the body to feel light. And perhaps maybe the body even starts to gently float and to hover above your space. You feel that sense of lightness in the body. It feels amazing. And then, as the opposite of that, the body can start to feel heavy. So just inviting for this to be a sense of heaviness in the body now. So every bone and muscle and limb of the body becomes heavy, as if it's sinking into the earth beneath. Body heavy, feeling grounded and connected to the earth. And so it might be that every inhale of the breath invites for a sense of lightness in the body. Feeling the body light and weightless on each and every inhale. And then every exhale invites for a sense of heaviness in the body as the body connects and grounds with the earth beneath. Just moving with that formation of the breath, feeling that lightness on the inhale. And then that heaviness, that groundedness on the exhale. And then just allowing the breath to return to its natural two-part flow. And allowing the body to feel that deep connection with the earth. So there's a sense of groundedness there, that you're fully present in your body, that the body is resting on the earth beneath. And as you take your awareness into your body, just becoming aware of that space behind the eyes. So that dark place where, as the eyes are closed in the sockets. As I invite you to visualize in this space a tree, and that tree is in midsummer. So you notice everything about this tree, the leaves and the blossom, the flowers, the sweet smells. And each leaf that forms part of that tree is a representation of a small part of you. And now imagine as the seasons change, as you move into autumn, that the leaves start to change colour from green to yellow, orange to red. And as they change, you imagine that they're falling from their branches and they're twirling and dancing and twisting down to the floor beneath. And as they drop from the branches, you feel a huge sense of relief. It's as if you're letting go of the things that no longer serve you, just as the tree lets go. And you notice how some leaves fall easily to the ground and others hold on, a little more resistant. And with most of the leaves now scattered on the earth beneath, you stand there, strong, a little lighter than before, with your roots just as the tree, grounded deep into the earth for stability, ready to grow into this next cycle of life, just as nature flows with the cycles. And then letting that experience go as easily as it may have come. And allowing the awareness to settle back into the space of the heart. And just sensing into this vast, expansive space, maybe full of the moonlight. And just allowing for that gift or that intention or maybe the affirmation to arise in this space. Maybe there's a little insight or inspiration for you too. Just allowing for that to be there. And just being content with resting in that place for a bit. And as we move towards the end of this practice of Yoga Nidra, just inviting your awareness to drop into the physical body once more. And feeling a sense of gratefulness in this space as we move towards the end of the practice, knowing that you have gifted yourself some time to rest and relax and come back home to yourself. Coming back into the physical body and being aware of the physical body resting. And just inviting you to become aware of the space where you lie or you sit, keeping your eyes closed. Be aware of where the door is and the window, being aware of the space where you lie. And just extending out your sense of hearing and becoming aware of any sounds that you can hear around you as your awareness starts to move outwards into the external world. And then just gently focusing on your breath once more and letting your breath be like a little light, waking you up from this practice of Yoga Nidra. So it's as if the breath travels all the way down into your feet, into your toes and your fingers. And you can invite for the miracle of movement to come in. So a little wriggle of the fingers and the toes, a circle of the wrists and the ankles. Just inviting for there, if it feels right, for there to be a little bit of movement in the body. And if you would prefer to lie here after this practice, then that's okay too. There's no need for you to move. You can just continue resting in your space, enjoying this moment of pause. For those of you that would like to come back round, just bringing yourself into a more wakeful state, moving the body in however the body would like to move. And knowing that you can take everything you would like from this practice of Yoga Nidra this evening and leave behind everything else. Letting yourself come back feeling refreshed, rejuvenated and rested and restored. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now finished. This practice of Yoga Nidra has now finished. Thank you for listening. And to close this practice, I'd like to share a poem with you called Walk Slowly. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still. And just like that, something in me settles, softens, and makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper. And I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, and that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. So that's the end of the Yoga Nidra practice. I hope that session offered you a little bit of respite, and know that you can just simply roll off to bed if you would like. But if you would like to pop a little comment in the chat so that I know you're okay, or a thumbs up, then that would be great. But my name's Sarah Johnson, and I'm Connect to Calm. So if you would like to attend and join in with any sessions in the future, then that would be lovely if you enjoyed this session.